I'm going to make this live stream here about Mallory Williams. Of course, I had to catch Mallory Williams live. House of Williams drive into some protest with those fucking bitches, Bullhorn Betty and Molly Go Lightning. I'm serious. How much more of this is going to go on? How much more of this am I going to have to see? I don't understand. Some of us out here are very poor, okay? Mallory Williams, I used to get the impression, I used to think Mallory was somewhat cool in the old days, you know? I used to kind of think Mallory Williams was cool compared to now. I mean, Mallory Williams lived in a trailer park in Florida or something like that, all right? Mallory Williams was someone who always tried to act much better off than they really were, you know? Like this person wants to make, well, this person always wanted to make people think they were a celebrity, but it's just Mallory didn't take everything to the level that Mallory is taking it right now. Mallory Williams is just a total sellout. A total fucking sellout. Doing all this stuff. And yeah, you could tell Mallory I said this. Apparently she didn't get the message before. But Mallory Williams thinks she's better than all us little people out here, you know? She thinks she's better, you know? Mallory Williams is just the quintessential, what you would call, Florida person. Outside of the whole drag queen thing, which I think Mallory's more a drag queen than a trans girl. I'll tell you that. If anyone should be called misgendered, it probably should be Mallory. Have to think about it, because Mallory still uses that manly, like deep voice. Hello, honey. She uses that deep voice still, you know? So her appearance is more like a passable female now, but how long did it really take to get to that point? Is Mallory in Idaho? No, Mallory's in Florida. Mallory doesn't leave the state of Florida. For someone who wants to think of themselves as such a big celebrity, this person doesn't leave the state of Florida. They probably go 2 hours from their house at the very most. You know? This person's a phony, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. I followed this person for a while. Mallory Williams, for someone who wants to think she's a big celebrity and all this, is somebody who stays in the state of Florida within 2 hours from her house. And lived in a trailer park. And wants to act like she's higher, though, like she's a celebrity on the runway, like in the malls. And oh, this is a mall, we're in a nice, isn't the mall beautiful, happy holidays. I was like going through the whole thing and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, Mallory's clearly mentally not with us little people down here, you know, clearly not. Yeah, well, Mallory is a fucking cunt. Yeah, exactly. Well, Mallory is going to meet her maker now with me. I'll tell you what. Mallory don't want me on his case. You see what I'm saying? Mallory is just... Mallory's running into a wall. You know, Mallory's about to run into a wall soon. That's just the fact. Whether I cause it or not, Mallory's going to be running into a wall. That's all there is to it. Yeah, who the hell is Chasing Truth? Chasing Truth is legit, I would imagine. Yeah, Mallory Williams, it's like the only thing Mallory does is talk about wish lists and stuff. That's all I know. It's like, donate to my wish list. Oh, but you don't have to donate. But it's definitely suggested. Mallory should just get meaner and demand everybody to give her all their money. At least it would be more honest, you know? But Mallory won't do that, you know? Hi, Victoria says so. What's going on? But no wrenches are going to be given out. No wrenches are going to be given out in case you're expecting wrenches and in case you're trying to be nice to get wrenches. I'm not giving any out. Just for the record, I'm not giving any out. So, yeah. Yeah, Mallory Williams is a total bitch. Absolutely. And this person at least. Oh, but back before Mallory made it more bigger over here, 11.6 subs. I wonder if half of those or more were bought. I wonder if more of them were bought. Um, Mallory wants to forget the past, so I'll remind Mallory of the past, is what I will do. When Mallory sees that I'm literally trashing her right now, Mallory will know who I am for sure. I've talked to Mallory before years ago. You know who it reminds me of? Listen up for a minute. You know who this reminds me of? It just got in my head. The worst, even worse than Mallory Williams, maybe. Maybe worse, all right? Cat Black. Does anybody know that Cat Black trans person? They've been big on here for a while, but I saw this person in their very beginnings, and I talked with them in their very beginnings, and they wanted to forget us little people existed once they got big. Well, I always remind them. It's just when they do, they have a better moderator set up so they get rid of me faster. But now there's going to come a day your technological devices or your buttons are gonna be removed from you, and you're gonna have to face reality. Cat Black, another cunt out here, a black trans girl who was a very inferior person at one time, had a very bad insecurity, was always crying on a live stream. She used to dance on nudie sites to men and shit, and people could say all they want about me, all right? But I don't do any of that stuff. I don't flash myself on cameras. Even when I lived somewhere, I didn't do it. I just didn't get involved in it. Especially those sites where it's tips only and everything's about money only. Tips now or something, or tip me if you want me to do this. Tip me if you want to see me shake my ass. Those sites, all right? And this is what Cat Black was doing. Okay, Mallory Williams came along, and this is reminding me of Cat Black again. Cat Black 2.0 is what Mallory Williams is reminding me of right now, and stuff like that. But this person, before they made it huge on YouTube, which they manipulated it somehow. I don't know how they got that famous, because they were once in a spot where they had to talk to us little people because they were littler too. So So I see Mallory Williams going in that same direction that Cat Black took a while ago. Yes, Mallory is trans. That's right. Mallory used to hang out with Tasha. Now Mallory wouldn't be caught dead near Tasha. That's like the total bottom of the barrel right there, though. Tasha. And then Mallory is trying to be the total opposite on the other end. So Mallory Williams is trash. Just try to dress up as something much nicer. Is all this comes down to. And Mallory Williams is becoming a bigger grifter than Ernie, probably. A bigger grifter than Ernie. I don't know about Justice for All. I don't know that person. Um, but I would say Rap and Mallory Williams are the same on the level of how they grift. I would definitely say they are the same. Maybe not the style 100%, but how they pull in donations, yes. Yes. That Noodles Muscle Planet is still in here. I'm not going to entertain this shit today. I'm really fucking not going to entertain it. Alright? This is bullshit, childish bullshit right here. Told you, if I did soccer accounts years ago, I would keep things going on end, and I wouldn't tell nobody. Alright? I wouldn't tell anyone who I was. Alright? Billing that girl. But I do at some point expect Mallory Williams to watch this. And Mallory will watch it. Because I don't approve of what Mallory's doing. And Mallory is somebody who has lived in Florida long enough where they've become like the average Florida person. Their head stuck in the clouds, snobby, um, a laid back aura, you could say, like too laid back. Um, there is a Florida snobbiness that I don't like at all, and Mallory kind of embodies it. It's not much different than California, really, when you're in Florida, like dealing with the people and stuff. It doesn't matter if they're from there or they move there. You start not to see a difference because there's so many people, they move from other places, but they've lived there for years. They might as well be Florida natives. You know what I'm saying? So it really doesn't matter. It's just a mentality throughout Florida, I find. Especially like if they can't afford other places and they went to Florida, they thought they struck gold, and they were like acting so much better than everybody else or whatever, and all that. I don't like Florida people. I'm gonna definitely say that for the record. I've lived in Florida, so I know. I've spent about 10 years or more in Florida. Off and on. I was in Sarasota. I was in Bradenton. I was in St. Pete. I was in Tampa. Um, so yeah. This isn't even hitting the east side of Florida. This is the Gulf Coast, where they say is more laid back. Well, the people are nicer, but nah. Just as many scams, just as much bullshit there. And Mallory Williams is just a product of that bullshit Florida culture. And that's the thing. Once you get down to Florida, you never usually leave. You don't really leave to go to other states. You don't even leave your area. It's kind of funny because for such a transplant state, once people find an area down there, they don't travel anywhere. It's kind of weird. They don't really travel anywhere, you know? They'll stay in Orlando for years if that's where they live. They won't even really visit Tampa all that much. Maybe Mallory does, but the rest of them don't. But all that. That's right, Mallory. Have any of your facial hairs been so thick that you've had to tweeze them on cam or any time during the day just to get some of this thickness out before you do shave it and whatever? Has it ever been a slow process for you? Honest to God, I don't think so, Mallory. Unless you can show receipts or tell me all about your struggles getting to where you were. If not, I'll just start to think you're an artificial person because you cannot communicate anymore, like the rest of us down here. So that's it. That's it, Mallory. I don't like you. I really don't. You know? And even before you got very, very big, oh, someone wanted to stab Mallory, actually. That's another thing. I caught a live stream that someone by the name of Vegas Vixen was doing some time ago. And it was a stream house, and it was in Florida. And D-Dub Travels, this guy D-Dub Travels was in that stream house. It thought Mallory was very... He had problems, too, don't mind you. He had a lot of problems. But he thought Mallory was condescending enough to where he was upstairs going through his knife collection, picking out the right one that he was going to stab her with. Mallory Williams almost got stabbed on a live stream before. That's one thing a lot of you missed. But I caught it because this was like about 2 to 3 years ago in the Boyd. Someone at a stream house. But no, I don't like what Mallory's become. And it's just time and time again. Oh, and then to all those people out there, like I know someone said to me, right? Or said on their own live stream that for someone who's trans, I don't hang out with a lot of trans people. Because you want to know why? It's been very strange for me, but I have not found my equals really in the trans community yet. If there's even any equals to be, I could have came in being a lot better than the rest of them, not realizing it. So now nobody's on my level of action. Doesn't matter if I may not think I'm better than everybody, but maybe I just am. Mallory thinks she's better than everybody, though. On the other hand, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to come in here thinking I was better than everyone to the trans community. I just have not found my equal when I have tried to find my equals in the trans community. I have not found them. That's to sum up why I don't seem to be hanging around trans people. It's like I stand alone. I'm in a class by myself. I'm just in too much of a class by myself for a lot of trans people who are doing the more lemming-like thing. They feel like they have to get all their parts removed within 3 years. Like there's a lot of pressures that they feel that they have to succumb to, but that's just them telling themselves that, and a lot of them are their own prisoners. And they have a house to live in, unlike me, so they can change into these nice clothes more often. But it amazes me how little they think of themselves. Like they have to constantly ask, do I look good? Do I look good? I don't think I look good. I'm depressed today. I'm so depressed today. And they're just very much into themselves that they can't see anybody else around them. That is my problem with the trans community. If I'm not dealing with the straight up obnoxious types like Mallory Williams, I'm dealing with this other type of trans person. Even just to be friends with them or to have a relationship with them, I haven't found my equal yet in the trans community. I'm waiting to find my equal in it. I have not. And if you think there's someone out here, don't say his name, all right? Because I'll know who it is. But it's not that person. But no, it's very tough to find my intellectual equal in the trans community, or just on the level of life that I'm on with that person. I have not been able to find them for friends or for otherwise. That is to clear up the question that John Camillo had. Because I caught your live stream, John. I saw you say, well, why doesn't Melton hang out with the trans community if they want to be seen like that? So, to clear that up, John, that is what's going on. So yeah. Because the rest of them are like Mallory Williams. Or they're highly insecure about themselves. And they come from upper middle class homes, a lot of them too. And surprisingly, a lot of them have more family support than I do, actually. And if they're white, it definitely makes it all that much easier for them. They want to be a white woman is what they want to be. They want the privilege of the white woman is what they're doing. I'm doing it for a different reason than that. I know I'm not going to be white no matter if I turn into a trans person or not. But these people born men were white from the beginning, but they felt they couldn't get anything done as a white man. So they figured, all I got to do is turn to a white woman and it'll be fine. And sure enough, it was, and it instantly got better for them because of such, But I have tried to bring my concerns to trans people in real life. I try to see if they would listen to my concerns if I saw one somewhere. I would just start up a conversation with them, and they would act like some of the most snobby people around, and then I got in war mode with them when they did that. Well, let's just say I'd walk by them and give them such a filthy look before I left the store, at least, to let them know that I'm pretty fucking pissed off at you, yeah? So, no, I have not found my equal yet because the majority just do not click with me, I'm in a class by myself. And plus, I'm 6'4.5", And I'm a little more confident than a lot of these. I'm actually very confident as a trans person, very confident. The only thing that stops me is that I live in a truck. I don't live in a home. That's the only thing that stops me. That's it. If I got beyond that, I would be unstoppable. Is what it would come down to. I would be unstoppable if I could get beyond all this. That's really it. Because I'm more confident than your average what in actuality. And I show it. And then they might even see me and they don't think they're on my level at all. So they're like, nah, to themselves, nah, we can't have that person around us. Nah. Then all of a sudden, they shut me out. So bottom line is, I haven't found my equal in the trans community. I have not. I have not. Um, I haven't even found one that smokes cigars, to be honest with you. Not a whole lot, but there's more to it than that, of course. I mean, like who? If I was going to all you could eats, I don't know. As far as someone wanting things like how it was in the old days, at least when it comes to civility or complications being less and stuff like that, I probably am in a class by myself. Because whenever I get into a conversation in real life with someone, I'm like, I wish things would go back to the way it was, kind of like in regular towns and cities, of course, where you would have a sheriff come to your house and talk to you, and it would be like the Andy Griffith show. It wouldn't be like how the modern day cops police everybody. It would be more like an Andy Griffith kind of a sheriff coming to your house or something. So even just for the way that I think on some things, or some issues even. And by the way, I consider myself very liberal too. Very liberal, but these other liberal trans people don't want me. And I think a lot of the conservative trans people are very disingenuous also. So I don't fit with either group, really. I don't fit with either group. I'm in a class by myself altogether with this shit here. So again, that answers the question why I don't hang out with trans people. It's not that I don't want to, but I have not found many matches. And I've been in contact with some, and it hasn't gone good whenever I have. Let's talk about autism now, okay? Since Rosie Red's been coming up quite a bit, all right? And whatever, Rosie Red inserts her damn self start with me or whatever. I'd go to an autistic group and check it out. I do really determine when I went into an autistic group, an Asperger's meeting group. I used to go to them here and there. And whenever it was new to me, I was looking around. I was looking at the handler, the instructor of the group, and then how the people were interacting with each other. And they were just overly into themselves, like they had their own little box. And I was just looking around. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of these kids, they're more severe than me. I don't have a place here either. Because I was deemed more higher functioning than the people in the groups tend to be the more extreme examples of retarded people or Asperger's or whatever. They tend to be the more severe cases and stuff like that. Like, no, they're not Down syndrome, none of them, but they were just severely Asperger's and stuff. And the way they were communicating with each other, I didn't know how I would even get a word in or what I would even say if I was to break in and try to talk to them. I was like feeling so out of place there. Like I didn't belong there. Like I didn't belong in an autistic type of group. Okay? So this is all proof the things I'm talking about make me a real person. Mallory Williams will never discuss any of this with you. To anyone who thinks they're a fan of Mallory Williams, okay? Feel free to come here and support me too. Because Mallory Williams is being fake. Mallory Williams won't tell you the whole story about everything. about the life's begins. I saw an older picture of Mallory Williams before as a man, though. I did see an older picture of Mallory when I felt like I could talk to Mallory a little more at that friggin' time. But, Mallory has totally sold out. There's no doubt about it. Mallory has totally sold out. And that's my final determination on everything. All right. I'm going to end this stream now. It's been going for a bit. Talk to y'all later tonight.